Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Latest Wealth. I am Kailash. I am a financial advisor as well as a wealth coach. It's my pleasure to share my knowledge with you. These episodes actually for stock market for investment course for beginners. The beginners means who don't have that much knowledge in stock market. As a basics of stock market, you must learn about different sectors. In earlier episode, we have discussed what are the different sectors. In this episode, we are going to discuss about airlines. What is the importance of airlines sector in stock market? Let us go. एयरलाइंस बचपन में बहुत सपने देखे होंगे చిన్నప్పుడు చాలా సార్లు చూసినారు ఏరోప్లేన్ లో వెళ్ళాలని యు మైట్ హావ్ డ్రీమ్డ్ అబౌట్ గోయింగ్ ఇన్ ఏరోప్లేన్ టెల్ మీ హూ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు ట్రావెల్ ఇన్ ఎయిర్లైన్స్ ఇఫ్ ఐ గివ్ ఎ ప్రిఫరెన్స్ ఫర్ యూ టు గో బై ట్రైన్ ఆర్ ఫ్లైట్ విచ్ వుడ్ యూ ప్రిఫర్ naturally airlines that is a plus point of airlines everybody wants to go by flight but what happened some of the airline companies are losses some of the airline companies are making profits now in this episode we'll go into the 5 points we are going to discuss. The 5 points are, one is what are the future prospects of airline industry? Second, advantages of stocks of airline industry. Next, disadvantage for this sector. And what are the important indicators you have to watch when you want to pick the airlines? Next, key players in this sector. Already? Let's go. Yeah. Now, generally you might have enjoyed a comfortable journey in the airplanes. If I say, tell me which is the best airline company in your country, immediately, if you are already traveled in airplanes, you can immediately say. And where you feel more comfortable in airlines, definitely you will say. But unfortunately, some of the good companies, they have gone into rocks. Some of the average companies, they are making good profits. Some of the companies which have given most customer satisfaction but they are unable to sustain in the industry due to increased overhead costs, and some of the industries, even though they are low cost carriers, they are making profits. My friends, the airlines comes under in Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange. Just I am talking about Indian stock market, sector group, transportation, classification, commodity business. Now let us go, what are the future prospects of airline industry in India? What is the future prospects? Economic growth, that too economic growth of domestic as well as foreign, that means national as well as international economy is growing. You might have observed for last 10-15 years how the economy is growing in a rapid pace with the new people who start making a lot of money in the IT sector as well as in financial sectors. The new generation start making a lot of money and a lot of new entrepreneurs are coming into field. A lot of startups are coming up. Economy is bubbling like anything. Generally what happens when economic growth is there, it leads to high standard of living. Yes, people want to lead high standard of living. Just before the episode I asked you, you want to travel by train or flight. If you give two options, obviously you may be choosing to travel by flight. Yes, so this helps airline industry to grow because the people's psychology has changed. Like if you go into cars also, earlier basic cars were going on. Nowadays everybody wants high-end cars like the mobile phones. Earlier people are going with low-end, low configuration mobile phones. Now people are preferring high-end. Same way the people's psychology has changed. Consumer behavior has changed. So it is going to help aviation industry. Second is increased disposable income, especially educated middle class. Now they started making more money in the form of salaries. Let it be any field. Third point, tourism. Yes, my friends, tourism is increasing day by day. Domestic as well as international. You might have seen a lot of people traveling from other countries to India, India to other countries. Is it not? And within the country also a lot of tourism. Because nowadays even private companies also encouraging by way of incentives but in the form of tourism, because due to stressed environment, people want to relieve their stress. That's why more traveling is happening. Fourth is development of modern airports. You would have seen old airports and new airports. A lot of big airports are coming up and which are giving a wonderful facilities for the customers. Now let us go into advantages of airline industry in the stock market. There is a strong economic growth because lot of industries are coming. When lot of industries are coming, lot of traveling will be happening, lot of transportation will be happening. That is a plus point for the airline industry, is it not? Now second is, there is a favorable business environment in India. You would have seen after the NDA government has come. Of course, I am not saying that I am not supporting NDA, I am not against any other government. Just because now the stable government has come for last 4 years as well as for next 5 years, there is a stable government. With this, what happened? Make in India projects like this, lot of business is coming into India. Lot of other country people, they are investing in India. So naturally, when the businesses are growing, there will be a lot of travels in flight. Correct? Next advantage is, there is a strong demand for tourism. Tourism is keep on increasing. So that also helps the industry. Next point is strong demand for international tourism also. If you observe, for last 10 years, people who are traveling from India to other countries, the number almost doubled and 3 times. One is for tourism purpose as well as education purpose. So a lot of movement is happening between different countries in India. So that is one favorable condition. Affordability of seats, because now the low-cost airlines are entering into the market, which is causing a lot of people to travel into flights. You would have seen like Indigo, SpiceJet, like Vistara. These are all low-cost airline encouraging the lower middle class and upper middle class to travel into flights. You know, India population is one big boon for India, and there is a lot of availability of skilled labor in India. That's why airline industries keep on growing. Once upon a time there was only Air India. Now you see so many industries are coming up. Next, 7th point is availability of ground services. Lot of facilities, there is no shortage of land in India. So lot of ground facilities, handling, flight, all this are we can consider as a positive points. Let us go into disadvantages of this industry. Actually, first is capital intensive. Airline industry needs a lot of capital, my friends. Lot of capital means sometimes promoters can invest from their own pockets, or they have to take the loans from banks or any financial institutions. So what will happen? When they are taking the loans, the interest payments will eat away their profits. That's what happened to some of the 1 or 2 airline companies. They are forced to shut down because the costs are coming up. The second point, high operational costs, because the fuel is expensive, maintenance is expensive, airport costs are very heavy, and some tax system. So high operating costs means lower the margins. Lower the margins. When they are maintaining with the lower margin, suppose due to some reason, because it is a cyclical, if occupancy is not full, immediately that will affect their profitability margin. The company may go into losses. Let's go into third point. Here, one more disadvantage is high fixed costs. What are the fixed costs here? Like a pilot's salary, crew, staff, airport charges. These are called high fixed costs. So always there is a risk of making losses. Fourth is government interference. In airlines, they don't have freedom to take any particular route. Here, a lot of government interference as well as government partiality. It is showing in some particular routes you are not supposed to do this one. So that's also some hiccup, some disadvantage. Next is government excessive interference, like fixing the price of the seats as well as airport charges. Everywhere government interference is there regarding the security reasons and safety reasons. So these also incurring. One is slowing down of sector as well as profits rates are coming down. My friends, important indicators are, one is passenger traffic, Because when the passenger traffic is more, company will start making more profits. If passenger traffic has come down due to off season or something, or due to any other reason, the profits, it will directly affect the profits. Load factor. Now let us see who are the key players in the industry. Key players you might be knowing very well, like a Jet Airways, once upon a time Kingfisher, SpiceJet, Indigo, Vistara. So choice is yours. My friends, hope this episode was useful. Please share, and we are going to create episode 2 also, where you can have more details about airline sector. And thank you very much for watching this one. Till we meet again, enjoy your bit of life. Have a nice day and bye bye. Thank you very much.